Good Sunday evening, everybody. Hope you're all having a
Howdy.
great weekend. Let's see, we got Kane, how you doing? Stefan, how you doing? Daryl, how you doing?
All right.
Kim, hi dear. Ken, how you doing, brother? Thank you for stopping in. Uh,
Okay.
Justin, how you doing? Hope you all are having a better weekend than I'm having. Uh,
Hey, you be pooping all day. I mean, it's about time you get out of the bathroom.
yeah, out of the bathroom when I'm not in the bathroom, I was working on the furnace.
Oh Lord. Well, I
Hi,
got a
Kristen.
bone. I got a bone to pick with you anyway. You got you week before last week. You sent us a snow and ice storm from the Great Lakes up there,
Hmm?
and then this week I don't know how, but we ended up with another 7 inches from a snow hurricane. So it's I mean so I guess it's got it. I'm blaming it on you.
I'll take it. I'll take the blame for everything. Uh, see, Kristen asked how the welded frame's holding up. You talking about the Chevy truck? It's holding up fine. Haven't driven it in about a year, but uh, it held up fine. Yeah, uh, Uncle Mark. Uh, we got up to 20 degrees today. That's the warmest it's been all week. So
Well, we've had negative wind chills all day today. So
we had that last week. I even woke up to negative temperatures. It was like 4 degrees this yesterday morning. I think it was 8 degrees this morning. We made it 21 today.
uh,
But
Colder than that. I woke up
yeah,
we
this morning,
got
it was
it.
1 degree.
Uh, it was like 15 below this morning when I woke up, and it stayed around negative in the negatives all day today as far as wind chill goes.
yeah. Well, Friday I got home from work. Uh, just I didn't really feel like doing anything because all the cold temperature. I didn't feel like going out fighting in the garage and all that kind of stuff. I so I made dinner, sat down in the chair, uh, watched a little bit of TV, dozed off, woke up. I was cold. I'm like, oh man, don't tell me I'm getting sick, because it felt like cold from like a fever. And so I got up to get something to drink. Looked at the thermostat as I was walking by, and well, the batteries went dead in the thermostat. So I figured it was the furnace just wasn't kicking on. Uh, so I ran around the house, finally found some batteries for it, put them in, heard it click to turn the furnace on, and heard the burner kick on. Well, better go down and check that. Went down and checked, and I just bumped the blower motor, and it took off. I'm like, okay, cool. It was just a little stuck or something from being cold or whatever. Uh, Went to bed. Woke up the next morning. Uh, it was 60 degrees in the house. So I thinking, oh man, them batteries didn't work or whatever, blah blah blah. Here, my thermostat is supposedly a smart thermostat, and it's supposed to, adjust the temperature when you're not around. Uh, yeah, it had dropped the temperature because it thought that I wasn't, because of the time. I never reset the time on it. Uh, yeah, it. So I bumped that up, actually put it on hold so that it would stay at you know 70 degrees. Didn't think I was nothing of it. Spent my day doing whatever and decided, I didn't sleep well all night. And so I just kind of dozed on and off. Went over to mom's for dinner Saturday night, celebrate my nephew's birthday, come home. Everything's peachy keen, fine. Went to bed. Woke up this morning. It was 60 degrees in the house again. So I got up. I'm like, man, don't tell me the batteries went dead again. Nope. I don't know if the capacitor's going bad on the blower motor, or the blower motor itself's going bad. If I go down, take the panel off, reach in, spin the blower, and it has a little bit of momentum, kick it on, it fires right up and runs. Put the panel back on while it's running, everything. 2 or 3 hours later, all day today, I'd have to go down. The temperature dropped 5 or 6 degrees. I could hear the burner kicking on, and I have to go down and just bump that blower motor. And so, yeah, I've been doing that all freaking day. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to have that looked at.
Well, Briggs, you're right. You're at Ed's there. You must be with Ed today, this week.
Yeah, if he's in Canton, he'd be west of me. Yeah, Willie, we were out from last Sunday. See, Sunday, Monday. Yeah, Sunday and Monday. Monday they actually closed the university. First time they've ever that I've known that they've ever canceled classes due to weather or shut the university down. They've canceled classes or delayed them, but they've never actually shut the whole campus down. And so yeah, we were in there at 4:30 Monday morning and moved snow till 3:00, and we went home. And my after being there all day Sunday, when I clocked out Friday, I had 58 hours. So yeah, now I gotta figure out how to get somebody over here to look at my furnace and see if it's just a capacitor, because I did a little research on the internet and figured out if it's just a capacitor or if it's the motor. I'm hoping it's not the motor, because the motor is discontinued, and the ones I did find, people must know they're discontinued. They're $500 just for the motor, not the cage, not the the whole blower, just the motor. So yeah, I can get a capacitor for $20.
Yeah, we've had bad luck with capacitors lately too. Our last couple of years, we've changed it 3 times. So,
well, knock on wood, I haven't had any problems with this thing for 15 years. So,
How this one was.
But-
It was.
but I'm gonna, if it works through the night tonight, and tomorrow, I'm gonna try to talk to one of the HVAC guys at work and see if I can hire them to come diagnose it and fix it. So, hi, Miss Lisa. I didn't see you come in, dear. Hi, Dwight.
Dwight,
How you doing? Oh, hi, Mr. Briggs. Canton Hospital for Thyroid Cancer. I figured he'd be at the Cleveland Clinic, not Canton. Hi, Don. How you doing, buddy? But so yeah, that's been my weekend. I had plans on going up to my workshop, my daily job shop, and doing some work for the Poland for the giveaway tractor. But I didn't want to get up there and be up there 4 or 5 hours and have that blower not working and come home to a freezing cold house. So,
well, yours is natural gas, ain't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I found the capacitors, like I said, online. I can get them here locally, about $20, but I've never liked playing with capacitors. Oh, Okay. Yeah, there's a couple motor places around here I could take the motor to, but I mean that would mean not having a blower motor, or blower on the furnace for however long. If it was summertime, I wouldn't worry about it. Pull it out, take it, have it fixed, and then put back in. But
Milk.
yeah, no, spring's only 60 days away. But my my personal life has to come first. So if I don't have the tractor done,
That's what you get for making all that extra money this past week, because you end up having to put it back in the house.
right? Yeah, always furnace trouble. Like I said, I can't complain. It's a rain. I had it put in brand new when I bought the house, and it's been going strong for 15 years. So, like I said, I can have the blower off the corn. This thing is I have another blower out in the garage, and I measured it. This thing is small. I got the measurements written down, but hey, John, how you doing, buddy? It's
Hey, John.
it's weird. So, and like I said, the motor's it's only 6 inches long. It's round, but I just don't want to deal with it because I know what's going to happen. I'm going to tear into the dang thing. I'm not going to be able to fix it. And then I'm really going to be down a furnace to where if I can get somebody that does HVAC in here, maybe they can get me a fix until, I get my taxes back or whatever. And so, nope, it's not a train. It's a ream. So, but so yeah, I would just prefer to, I know it'd be more expensive than me fucking with it, but I don't want to disable it to where it don't work at all, and then I'm screwed and don't have no heat. So, yeah. So that's been my weekend. Hope everybody else's has been a lot better than mine. And
I don't know. My world has been sitting here on this couch all weekend because it's like I said, with them negative temperatures going on out here, I ain't got off the couch.
Yeah. Well, I did a few things around the house here where I did some laundry and did some laundry and all that kind of stuff, but I didn't even yep, Ken worked all weekend. I can vouch for that. He worked all day Saturday, then went to dinner at Mom's, and then had to go back to work again after the dinner. So, but yeah, I'm gonna try to get a video made for this coming weekend, but I'm not gonna guarantee it. I tried that Willie and it still shut off. I think it overheated. I think the capacitor, it overheated and the motor shut off, and then it wouldn't restart. So, yeah, I thought about that. Andy worked all day today too.
15 minutes will let it reset a cycle.
It was -3 when you left New York City. Yep. It was dang cold all weekend. We're going to get up in the mid-20s this week. So.
And he's living in the wrong spot. He needs to live up here because that's all everybody does up here for work is HVAC.
That's right, John. I'm a slacker, buddy. He works twice the hours I work. 4:30 in the morning when I'm getting out of bed. A lot of times he's already out working. So yep, better man than me. I couldn't do it. I guarantee it. But you know. Yep. John, you are hitting it right on the head, brother. But I mean, luckily, with as much snow as we had, we didn't really have a whole lot of stuff break. We had one of our plows. We use the Blizzard plows. They got the wings that slide out and like can curl or just be wide. But just from wear, it broke. I fixed it Monday. Tuesday, trying to think of everything I did. We had somebody hit something with one of our snow brushes and bend it with the hydraulic motor mounts, and luckily they just kicked it straight out. They didn't twist it. I got that cut apart and bent back into shape, or cut some relief cuts in it and got it bent back into shape, and it's working. How long it's going to work or how well it's going to work, I don't know, but it's back on and goes around. So, fix that. And then, of course, my snow brush that I run, they have a big double PTO belt on them. It's underneath. We've had them things set up strictly as a snow brush for probably going on 15 or 16 years. And I have not changed a single PTO belt on them things since then. And, of course, with all that heavy snow, I pushed mine a little hard. And I heard the belt squeaking and crying whenever I was trying to push some deep snow. And finally, it gave up, and it would still brush light snow, like an inch or less. But if I got into anything heavier than that, it would just stop, and the belt would just squeal and scream and everything. So I had to change that. Had somebody tell me that one of the plow trucks' power steering pump was bad. And I asked the driver, because those guys are pretty good about telling me when there's something up with their trucks. He's like, no, there ain't nothing wrong. He's making a little bit of noise. He goes, but we were plowing with it for 8 hours straight. So he goes, I'm sure it was down a little bit. So
later, Uncle Mark.
All right, Uncle Mark, we'll talk to you later. So, trying to think. That was all the major stuff that broke, and I got it all fixed this week. And luckily, Ken braved the weather Friday, or what day was it? Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. Braved the weather Sunday. Drove it side by side, about 10 miles over to my place and plowed my driveway while I was at work. And then 10 miles there, 10 miles back. That's because my plow tractor, I still haven't got to work on it. The clutch is locked up on it.
Hey, Roadrunner.
Hey, Barry. Hey, Quick Crunch. Hey, Roadrunner. So, but I just been. By Friday by evening, after work, I was in like coast mode. I mean, I was just, but I did get my revenge on Walmart though. I don't know if I told you all that a couple weeks back, or right before the storm, I put in a pickup order, and it was supposed to be between 4 and 5. I get off at 3:30. I had a couple stops to make before I went there. So I went and did my stops and figured out I'm not going home. I'm just going to head over there and they did not bring my order out until 5:30. It's about 22 minutes, something like that, from Walmart to my house, one way. So, I didn't want to. At 4:30, quarter to 5, or about 4:30, they messaged me and said that my order was delayed. They'll let me know when I should. Well, I was, been my luck, I would have turned and just backed in the driveway. And I said, okay, your order's ready. So, I just wasted 40 minutes. So, but this week I put another one in because I really didn't feel like going in the store. And, I set my pickup time for 1:30 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I went at 3:30 and picked it up. Okay, Shelby. Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to be bad tomorrow. I don't think they're really calling for any snow until like a chance a little bit of snow on Wednesday. I haven't really watched any. I haven't really watched any weather or anything over the weekend, so I just know my weather app pops up the temperature on my phone. So I noticed this afternoon it was 21 degrees. Woohoo! So, but hopefully this coming week's just going to be a nice, easy week for me, and I got a list of stuff I need to do, but I just can't stand Walmart. I usually go first thing Saturday or Sunday morning, about 6 o'clock, and I can be in and out. Just the last couple of weeks, I just have not felt like going in. I mean, basically because of the cold,
We do the grocery pickup.
How to shop, yeah. But so yeah, I tried the pickup order thing a couple of times here. I think I'll be going back to my normal, just go on the weekend and pick it up. So I did it Saturday not this Friday, but Friday before, just because the storm was coming in, and I didn't want to deal with it. I do not like our Myers store. I don't like the layout. I don't like the prices. I've been in it a couple times, and it's not for me. Hey, Thomas, how you doing, brother?
That ain't it ain't no Bigfoot in Ohio except for Ed.
Big gut, maybe. I don't know about Bigfoot. Well, size 13, I guess that's fairly big. But yeah, I don't. Stefan, the Bigfoots and stuff are in southern Ohio. They're not up north up here.
He's down there with the Mothman.
They're down there in the mountains. The more Appalachian. We're not real flat, but we're not real hilly like down south. So he likes staying down south. About 2-3 hours south of us. So about the area where my brother has his hunt camp at. So, but I don't want to get into that discussion because yeah, they're just.
Ken said that was his friend.
There are unexplained things out there, but I don't think Bigfoot's one of them. But I did find something out interesting about them though over the summer. It is illegal to shoot one. Yeah. But yeah, at least in the state of Ohio, I think Ohio, West Virginia, and Kentucky, uh, it is illegal to shoot Bigfoot because there is I don't know what the reasoning behind why they say it's illegal to shoot them, but there is a law that maybe because it's a bipedal animal. I don't know, but you can go to jail for.
That would be the guaranteed way of proving it, proving they
Mhm.
exist.
That's what I'm saying. But
I mean, have you on all every Bigfoot? They got cameras that shoot 4, 5, 6K now.
uh-huh.
Why is it that everybody sees these things, but the pictures are still just as grainy as they ever was?
Yeah, looks like they're shooting it on like a 1980s flip phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then supposedly all these people that have this high tech gear and stuff that they go out and they're searching for them and all this kind of stuff. I've seen some pretty vivid trail cams of animals, but all these guys that use these trail cams, they must be buying them from Benny's Bargain Basement or something. Like you said, they're blurry and fuzzy and everything else.
Yeah.
And they're like 20 yards off or something like that. Dude, I've seen guys post pictures of, trophy bucks that are 100 yards off, and they're crisp and clear.
Yeah. I mean, you can go sit there and watch some of them cameras, and you can see rats roll around in the food food plots, but you can't. But you can't see can't pick up a good picture of Bigfoot. Hey, Renegade.
Yeah, and John is exactly right. It's 7-Eleven security cameras. They're still using the Betamax cameras. Hey, Renegade.
Yeah. Well, they had what they called the Lizard Man down in South Carolina.
Oh yeah. Yep.
It was what it called. That's what it ended up being, a man in a suit that during the summer people would go out in his daggone bean field and pick his beans before he could harvest them, and he went out there. He made him up a suit with scales and everything else on it. And
well, I just every once in a while I'll click on these videos, for the mysteries, don't watch alone, or caught on trail cam or whatever, just to see what these people are up to. Well, apparently now, not only do they have the Mothman, is at Point Pleasant, West Virginia.
Yeah.
They have a goat man. It walks on 2 feet, has a goat head, like glowy eyes. Yeah.
It sounded like when you first started that, Ed. It sounded like you said dope man. I was fixing to say every street corner's got a dope man on it.
Goat. So now, and this goat man is supposed to be in the same area as the Mothman where the armory was, where they used to make the ammunition. They and they're trying to say, well, it's got the contaminated ground. It was a military hybrid that escaped and blah 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 and blah. And I'm like, you people, man. If it's You know, well, there's reports of it going clear back into the 1800s. Yeah, you know, they reported a lot of stuff back in the 1800s that they didn't know what it was.
Well, down here in these there hills, down here in Southwest Virginia, you don't don't go trampling around in the woods too much because you liable to run up on somebody's steel site and they ain't no telling what you liable to get. You liable to get your butt shot, or they might have a booby trap. You might have all kinds of stuff. So,
Well, see, and that's where I think a lot of the stories come from to scare people so they didn't go in the woods because there was stuff going on in the woods that, you know, people didn't need to see. Hey, Tommy, how you doing, buddy?
hey, Tommy.
You know, so you know, let's make an 8 foot tall, hairy guy that will rip your arms off and beat you with it if you go back in the woods. You know, because you know, but he won't mess with my still that's back there, or my devil's lettuce, you know, patch. You know,
They don't worry too much as much about the devil's lettuce down here because now they made it legal for you to grow four plants so at a time. So I ain't seen the helicopter come by in a couple years now, a few years now.
yeah, exactly, Mr. Briggs. So, but yeah, I give that stuff. You know, it's entertaining to watch, but you know, uh, it's you know, but I'm not I'm not buying into the you know for 60 years there's been an undiscovered, undocumented, you know, bipedal 8 foot tall hairy beast seen all over the country, actually all over the world. You know that you know nobody has found a dead body of, nobody has got good video of. You know, uh, the best they can do is audio, and you know they're like, well, we had it tested, and that's no known call of any. I don't care if it, you know, your lab rat hasn't been out in the woods and heard a coyote in distress. You know, just like your and I voices. We all have different voices, and if we're in distress, we're gonna make a different sound. You know, so
Well, what's been wrong with you there, Mr. John? Big John.
he got that pneumonas.
Oh no. That's what you get for pushing a daggum forward in the snow, I reckon.
Nah, Lisa's been making him stay in the doghouse.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, that's my guess. Either that or he's been hiding out in the shop from her because he, he's afraid of her. But I mean, I'd be afraid of his wife. I'd be afraid of his wife too. You know,
They got heaters to go on them four tailgates now, John.
so
eBay's full of them.
you like your new man cave, yeah? I would like a new man cave too, or just a refabbed one where it's warm. But so yeah, I mean, eventually someday I will get my. Hey Jeff, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're feeling okay.
Jeff.
Hope you're not snowed in too bad. But someday, yeah, I just got some paperwork yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. UPS official mail, or not FedEx official mail. from my mortgage company congratulating me that I only have 14 or 13 years left.
Mhm.
They apparently something wasn't filed correctly or something with the title office or something. It doesn't affect anything. It just, it's legal and all that, but they
Oh,
said that they filed it properly or something, and congratulated me on my great payment history, and that I've only got 13 years left. So yay! So,
quit.
oh, rub it in, Lisa. Rub it in. Waking up to 3 or 4 degrees outside and 60 degrees in the house, and she's out there 82 sitting on the beach sipping a Mai Tai.
Well, it's
Yeah.
well. I mean, even Florida had frost the last couple of days.
It was 29 degrees.
Quick
I
wrench,
think
13,
I think
13
Tampa
years.
actually got a little snowflakes.
Yeah, 13 years left on my mortgage.
What is she chewing on? Is she in a bad place? What is she got?
Yeah, I was watching some of the guys that are down in Florida at Bradenton, or no, not Bradenton, for sick week, and they're like, yeah, it's 40 some degrees, or it's 38 degrees, and blah blah blah. And, ooh, that's gonna make some rough racing.
Well, Jeff, we've been frozen for a solid week. Frozen from ice and snowed and iced, and they didn't have no chance to melt. And then we got another 6-7 inches on top of it yesterday. So
Yeah, quick wrench. I've been doing that. I've done it a few years. Just here lately, my debt ratio has just about, I've got just as much going out as it coming in. So, oh, that's not good, Stephen. What degrees in?
yeah, it got all the way down to 21. Ouch, that's bad for down there.
Yeah. Yeah. So
our neighbor likes to run away and go to Florida, Daytona about this time of year every year, and we looked at the doggone temperatures of what Daytona and all that was going to be, and I says, you ain't gonna be no better off going down there this time, because it's gonna be just as bad as it is up here.
quick wrench, I already do that. I've got it set up that I auto pay a little over half the amount twice a month. I'm going down to 25. Well, you're still going to be warmer than I was at our high today. So, but yep. So yeah, I'll probably have my house just about paid off by the time I'm ready to retire. Not able to retire, but ready to retire. So, -4 here the other night. Yeah, I had like -9 or something like that one night overnight here. Thomas is going down to 1 degree, just one.
That's what temperature was this morning when I woke up, 1 degree.
Yeah. Now, I was thinking the last few years it'd be nice to move down, south somewhere where, you don't get snow and cold weather. Yeah. Y'all are just as cold as me.
Well, at least back when I lived in South Carolina, we only got it maybe one day a year, and the next day it was gone.
Yeah. Yeah. I had some friends that lived in North Carolina, and they were from up here, lived their whole life up here, moved down there uh, in their late 20s or so. And they said that they would get a dust in the snow. He said, and freaking people would lose their mind.
Yeah.
He'd go out and be driving along, and people would be like, oh, the roads are so bad. It's like, what do you mean they're so bad? You know, I got shorts and a t-shirt on. These roads aren't bad. Can't wait to see the heating bill. Yeah. Yeah. I just switched natural gas suppliers. Same company delivers it. It's the broker, I guess, or whatever you call them. And I'm on equal payment plan. And I switched January 1st to this new company. So the old company sent me a bill. Apparently, I was a little bit behind because my normal gas bill is like $114 a month year round. It's $202. So I must have used a little more gas this past fall, and I got to pay it off, and then I go back to my. Actually, it dropped to 108, I think, a month now with this new company. Yeah, diesel anti-gel did sell out in a lot of places. A lot of places that usually don't sell out in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Stephen, that's DEF is a filtering medium or fluid that burns off the particulates in the filter. Anti-gel is what keeps diesel fuel from turning into jelly.
Yeah, and what I understand, DEF freezes before this diesel fuel does now.
And I can't understand how that happens because it's
Well,
you can
it's
use
not.
it
It's nothing but urea.
right.
I mean, it's
And
urea, and that's
it's nitrogen.
basically the same thing as urine. So, I mean,
Well, it's nitrogen,
yeah. I mean,
and nitrogen melts ice and snow. So I don't understand how that shit freezes. It must be something, whatever it's mixed with to make it a liquid.
well, well, Willie, where you at up there? You shouldn't have to worry too much about it because y'all have winter blends diesel fuel up there to start with.
Yeah, but
I
the
mean,
winter sometimes them winter blends aren't as good as what.
well, I've never froze up in that. I'd always have to get my. If I was going up that way, I would have to wait till I got up in Maryland or Pennsylvania or somewhere to get fuel I because I I didn't want it to gel up. So
Yeah. But see, like our off road diesel we use, the company that we get it from, uh, they treat it as they're putting it in our tanks, or when they treat it at the plant, their fill site now, but like in the fall, they'll actually, when they're using up their summer blend, they'll actually treat it as they're putting it into our tank.
yeah, I mean, there's that's why a lot, I mean, up there, all the northern states, they usually have, usually already have their fuel treated. I'm like
Yeah.
Briggs. I ain't never had to. I mean, I drove from Carolinas to Minnesota and all that stuff, but I always stop when I got to Indiana or somewhere like that and got the fuel, because that way it was treated normally, and not having to put extra junk in it.
Right.
Because I drove a company truck for years and years, and I didn't. Which I did. Which now I did on my last truck. I had a generator on it. One of them APU units on the side of it,
Mhm.
and I kept whenever I stopped for the night or whatever, I'd always when I turned that thing on, I'd always plug in the block heater and all that stuff, so I wouldn't have no problem cranking it up the next morning.
Yeah. The only time I ever seen diesel fuel gel, it was on a reefer unit. And it must have come out of somewhere south. He was in our back lot, parked for the night when I worked at the truck garage, and they said they'd come up in the morning and wanted to know if we had any diesel fuel anti-gel. And of course, we're like, no, we don't. We don't have that for sale. And he, when I got into work that afternoon, he was back there and 5-gallon buckets and stuff trying to drain gel diesel fuel out of his tank, his reefer tank. I went back. I'm like, dude, you ain't never going to get that out of there. I said, it's gel. I said, you're going to have to get it heated up and, well, can I light a fire under it? You can do whatever you want, brother, but, don't do it on my lot. So, hey, Rail. I miss you coming in.
Well,
Yep. Hey, Rail.
Yeah, hey, Rail. Yeah, it's because of the reefer units get hauled all over the place, and ain't no telling where the last place they got fuel at was.
Right.
I
Right.
mean, but then again, if you get fuel from a place that don't sell a lot of fuel, from even up in the off part, it has condensation in it, and
Right.
I mean that's why I always had to buy fuel at the big name brand truck stop, so you could get a regular flow of diesel fuel.
Yep. Yeah. By like 8 o'clock at night, he finally come up and asked how, I'm like, bring it in, dude. I said, I don't know what we'll charge you. I said, but we've got 200-degree water coming out of our pressure guns, and we'll just let the water run down over it, and hopefully it'll, warm it up enough. And we ran water over it for probably an hour and a half, 2 hours. And it finally started draining out the little petcock or little drain thing on the bottom. And he only had about a half a tank. And of course, with the water running down over the tank, the fuel that was in the buckets was getting water in it. And so he wanted to know if he just put dry gas in it. I'm like, dude, you are like the stupidest driver I've ever known. I said, no.
Wow.
I said, once we get this thing drained out, and fuel flowing to the unit, I said, you go over to the fuel station over there and fill the damn thing up. Well, they don't pay me for that. That's not my problem, brother. Then back the damn thing out and open the back doors up and let it get cold again. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, but I mean, like Wayne said, though, I use my tractor out here. I keep kerosene. In the wintertime, I put kerosene on it. It helps. But nowadays, nowadays you can't get pure kerosene no more around here because you got that doggone 10% ethanol in it. So you screwed again.
Well, that's the funny thing. For like the last week, there have been so many pickup trucks with gas cans in the back of them at the diesel fuel pumps. You know, when on my way to work and on my way home from work, you know, guys must be filling up their heaters for their garages or equipment or whatever. And you know, like heck, the one pickup truck on my way home, when I stopped to get fuel, I was just sitting there watching. He must have had, well, his whole pickup truck was full of 5-gallon cans, and he was standing up there and just filling one right after the other. And I'm like, man, you know, he got $400 in fuel. So,
Yeah.
Daryl went dark. There you go.
I did. But
yeah, I mean, I know I've been burning a little extra diesel fuel because I've been running my torpedo heater out in my garage when I can get out there. Like the one day that I on the video there, I never even shut the one day. I never even shut the camera or shut the heater off. I just edited the noise out and just let it run while I was videoing. It just, I mean, the warmest I could get it was like 45 degrees. So Thomas is fixing a Husqvarna. And one of the guys at work just fixed a Craftsman one the other day. He brought it in for me to look at. And I told him, I said, honestly, be better off if you just, did it yourself. I'll tell you how to do it. I said, it'll be cheaper for you. And so I told him what to do, and he did it, and it ran fine. So jug of Coleman Lantern fluid. It's pure fuel. Yeah. Oh, rail got up 50 degrees at rails today.
well, that's where all our warm weather's gone. Is that the rail? I mean, he's on. We need to send this stuff back to him. Which, I mean, if you got 2 4-barrel carburetors on a vehicle now, you might need a little bit of heat to get that car running. So,
there's one from Wayne. Yeah, I was going to go up to the shop today and rinse my truck off good with the pressure washer and everything, and do some work. And like I said, I didn't even make it out. I'm glad you're down on snow this year, Rail. Well, we are trying to do, but I decided just to give it all to us at one big shot. I hope it starts trending warmer now. Had our big negative temperatures and everything, and it can start warming up again.
all right, did that doggone rodent see a shadow today or not?
I don't know. Like I said, I haven't even watched
I
any.
ain't seen nothing about that today. So,
But it dies when it gets under load. Sounds like the governor's. Sounds like the governor's not working. Like the governor's springs broke or something, or governor arm slipped. Oh yeah, rail. It's going to be a bad fire season this year. I bet.
yeah.
Yep, I bet. So.
I mean, we've been in a drought situation, so we definitely need the precipitation, but we need it to melt off as soon as it gets on the ground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one benefit of a white truck. A lot of our work, all of our work vans at work are white, and you can't see that they're really that dirty until you walk up to them or brush up against them, and then you got a white stripe down the side.
Yeah.
So, but, so I got 2 last night today. It was 20. Yeah, like I said, I haven't looked at any weather or anything, Wayne. So I know it's going to get cold again tonight. And end of last week, Friday, when I watched the weather, one or 2 days it's supposed to be like 26 or 28 degrees for a high. So, you know, that'll be I don't feel like t-shirt weather. I need to get my tax stuff gathered up and get it to my tax man so I can get my taxes turned in. Get some money in the bank and pay all these freaking bills. So, but I thought about buying engine parts to get an engine put back together to replace the one that's on plan B, but with everything that's been going on lately, I think I'm going to hold off on doing that and just bank that money and let it, because I have a feeling I'm going to be having to replace some shit. So, power company took the meter off your house because I haven't used it in 3 years. Okay. I didn't think they were supposed to do that. I thought that was at least around here. I thought you still had to be hooked on the grid power.
Well, and down when I was in South Carolina, I had to pay year round. I mean, I had like $15 even when we didn't go down there. But
yep. Well, see, way back in the day, like first few years I lived here, summertime we'd have the gas shut off, because there's a minimum charge. Well, apparently the gas company got wise to people doing that, and now, if you have it shut off for like 4 months, it's like $50 a month. So it'd be like $200 you save. Well, the reconnection fee was $350.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I said. We still had to pay a light bill when I had the house in South Carolina when we wasn't down there. So.
Yep. So now it's cheaper just to take the line off also. Yeah, there you go. But it's just cheaper to pay the maintenance fee and just let it there. So, but I get a thing every month or every 3 months from the gas company, electric companies, showing where I'm at compared to my neighbors. If I'm average, above average, below average, whatever. And this month I was like way below my neighbors. Yeah, there is a fee just to be hooked up, but
and also the water bill, we had to pay for the water. We had to leave the water meter alone down there, so that we can turn it on and off whenever we got down there. So, I mean, we still had to pay a minimum water bill and a minimum electric bill every month.
Well, see, every time they come out and shut it off, no problem. But in the fall, when you scheduled to have it, they had to come in and inspect your equipment. And the one year, the lady that come out to turn it on, she went down and turned it on, did her little soapy water check. And when they put my new furnace and stuff in, I had them run a line over to my kitchen because, I thought, if I ever get a gas stove, I can just tap into it and drop it up. She wasn't going to turn it back on because of that pipe. I'm like, what makes the difference? Well, that's a potential leak, if it's not being used, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it don't matter. I said, you guys approved it when you hooked my gas up the very first time. That thing was in there. Well, I don't know. We'll have to check. I said, well, you go check. And, and then the next day they sent a guy out. And he's like, yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with that. He said, it's perfectly fine. So he turned it on. He didn't even turn the furnace on. He went out, turned the gas meter on, and he said she did the check for all the leaks and everything. I said, yeah, she checked all the joints and everything for any kind of leaks or anything. He's like, all right. I said, sorry about the inconvenience. Have a great day. Just gas in case I run out. Propane. Dual fuel generator. Well, that's awesome, Mr. Briggs. So it's against the law to go off grid there. Power area. Yep, you have to have it. Yeah, I've seen that in a lot of places there, Renegade. So
it's getting to be more and more that way now too, because the power company can't have people going off grid now.
Right. And people are going off grid because the infrastructure is aging and not reliable enough. So
yeah.
All right, y'all. It's been an hour. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna go and finish getting things ready for tomorrow, and hopefully we'll talk to y'all next Sunday. So have a great week, everybody. Stay warm.
Glad y'all got to see me.
Yeah, glad we got to see you too.